Hello and welcome to another session from Learn Digital Academy. You can see this one is going to be about sales funnel. So, what is the sales funnel and what is the role of digital marketing in this? By the word funnel, what do we mean by funnel? It's in this shape. So, sales funnel is a funnel by which a prospect or a lead of yours has to go by different stages to finally become a customer. It's not even compulsory that he has to go by those stages. But yes, at the very first stage also, the lead or the prospect can actually become a customer. So for a very small example, if I have to say you have this showroom, you're walking past by and the mannequin over there grabs your attention. You identify that he's really wearing a very cool t-shirt they have put on him. Now, by looking at it, you walk into the showroom and you start looking at all the samples related to that t-shirt, maybe in different colors, or the very same t-shirt you want to try in different sizes. After that, when you have looked at all the samples, you take a decision, right, whether you are going to go ahead and purchase it or not. If you look at the entire activity, what actually happened over there was, first of all, you got aware about such t-shirt in a so and so color exists. This is how it actually looks like, and this was the step of awareness. When you walked into the showroom and you started looking at the samples, that was your engagement. Might be that is the very right time when the salesman comes to you and they start helping you with the different sizes or the colors. That's where the engagement happens. When you were done looking at all the samples, you make a decision whether you are going to purchase it or not. So sales funnel consists of these three stages: awareness, interest, and decision. So in this entire program, we are going to identify what is a sales funnel exactly, and which we have already done. And after that, what is the purpose of it in digital marketing, how it can actually help you in business, how we can run or try to make some advertisements by running the strategy of a sales funnel. So to understand the sales funnel or the stages of it, which are awareness, interest, and decision, we'll start knowing more about it, which can be further. These three stages can actually be broken into more strategies based upon what your organization is going to run. It can be about discovery, you can add evaluation or the actions, and the loyalty. Once if somebody has purchased it from you, are they going to turn back or not? So, and it is very difficult for any customer or for us even as being the marketers to know whether what kind of action people are going to take or not. So we must follow a particular protocol. To keep it in a very simple manner, you walk into a restaurant and you're sitting over there. In the very beginning, the waiter asks you, what would you like to have in the dessert? You haven't even started with your sip of water yet. You haven't even had your meal. So can it happen that customer is not aware and he directly goes on to take an action that he is going to purchase it? Is it even possible? It's not going to happen, right? So you have to go by each and every single stage. The awareness, create interest in him, engagement, the action after that. So what is awareness? This is the moment where customers' attention is grabbed. It can be done by so many means. This is where digital marketing actually comes into the picture. You can do this awareness into the prospects or to the lead's mind, or even the general ones who haven't even got to know anything. That is what we call actually a prospect. You can do it by Facebook posts or even on the Google search. You can bring in a lot of people over there by your SEO or any mode of communication of marketing. First of all, our job is to make the people aware of what we are about to sell, right? This is where actually awareness comes into the picture. Now, once the awareness is done, and which is supposed to constantly happen, and not just at one particular platform that you have chosen Facebook, then it is just going to stay on Facebook. No, because people switch from different platforms. You got to identify where are your customers first of all. If they wake up in the morning, what do they open up first? Do they open their WhatsApp? Do they open their Instagram? Or do they go by their Facebook or LinkedIn? They directly jump onto the Google. Now, if you go by the internal reports of all the customers that the leads that you already have, what is their action plan for the rest of the day, or how do they even start their day? Choose those particular platforms and not just one. So suppose that like in the morning you start your first campaign at 7:30 in the morning. Choose Instagram. By 11 o'clock you should have another post at Facebook. By 2:30 you can have another post on LinkedIn. And if they are looking for similar kind of things on Google, your SEO must be prepared for that. So you are creating awareness amongst the customer's mind that something like this actually exists, and you need to know something more about it. And it is very much necessary at this point of a time you do a proper brand awareness, because it is not just your product which exists in the market. Person must have got to know about the product because of your posts, but customer can go to another competitor to purchase it, isn't it? So it is your responsibility over here to keep the customer engaged through various modes of communication. Create more and more posts, keep the person engaged. You can do it even by your email marketing campaigns. Once this awareness has happened about the product existing, the second stage is interest. Now, what do you do in interest? You create another perception in the customer's mind, not just a perception, but a particular stage in his conscious and subconscious mind as well, that you got to do it. Then you offer him some discounts, or maybe you offer one-on-one free. There are so many things which can actually be done in the interest stage. By taking the example of Flipkart's Big Billionaire Day. So what do they do first of all? They create awareness, right? That the Big Billionaire Day is going to start from 24th of September till 29th of September. So they created an awareness first that the Big Billionaire Day is going to come. Now, what is going to be there in the Big Billionaire Day? Let us suppose that the Big Billionaire Day never actually happened. This is going to be the first time of Flipkart. Now they have got to pull the interest of the individuals after creating the awareness that the Big Billionaire Day is coming. Now, what is going to happen in the Big Billionaire Day? The washing machine which you usually get for 20,000 rupees, you are going to get it for 13,000 rupees now. A lot of people would be interested in this. Maybe the people who are tired of sending their clothes to laundry or by washing it by themselves, they are not happy by the services that they are actually getting here and there. You can create this interest by giving huge discounts, as already mentioned. Over here, the goal is to establish your expertise, help the consumer make an informed decision, and offer to help them in any way you can. So, you create a customer base over here, and not to push the customer, but again and again, put many examples in front of him, not the imaginary examples I meant, but more of realistic things which you are actually going to deliver. That these are the things which will exist, and you can go ahead and purchase such kind of things over here, and these are the benefits which you are going to receive. This is what makes a person interested in your a product or in the services that you are going to provide. After this, the stage comes of the decision. Now, what does a person do when he has to take a decision? Does he directly say yes or no? The decision stages of the sales funnel, when the customer is ready to buy or not ready to buy, hopefully he does. For that's what the dream of every designer of the sales funnel guy is. Provided there are no holes in this, because interest is done, awareness is done, interest is done. But when the time comes to take a decision, it's like no, I don't think I will trust Flipkart. Maybe that I have ordered it, and if he comes back, when I get the product, I may not feel satisfied with it. I'm ready to spend another 200 rupees. I'll pick it up from the showroom. So the decision stage is actually very much crucial stage over here. For this, you need to constantly stay in touch with the customer. Again, you can utilize various modes. You got to make him realize that this is going to be safe, this is going to be beneficial for you, and this is in the best interest of you. As I mentioned, that the three stages, awareness, interest, and decision, can be further broken down into different segments. Let's go through all of them one by one. where the first one, awareness, this stage is a stage where the first point mentions that you create awareness among the customer's mind, and if he has any problem, you give a solution to it. And once he has got the awareness about the solution, he can actually go to Google and find lot of many of the other websites which are offering the similar kind of a suggestion. Now after this comes the point of discovery, where at this stage be assured that the customer has discovered you through your effective content of ads and is browsing for a possible option on your space or portal. And if he does that, well and good. If not, then it is going to be a little bit more difficult to pull the customer back. He has gone to your competitors and he's trying to identify other means too. It's not just like it is that our portal is available, but there are many available on the internet. It's a global thing, right? He belongs to or she belongs to anyone right now as a customer of the product or of which you have done the awareness about. So yes, after awareness we can step into the part of discovery too. And the last point is also very much necessary, where we mentioned that also remember that the customer is as easily to move on to some other place as easily he came here to browse in your space. Never forget this, because if you do, this is going to be the first hole in your sales funnel. After this we have the interest, where the customer is interested and he just wants to go ahead with your offering. He's giving you a lot of signals that it's a very hot lead, and you want to go ahead with the purchase. Once done with interest, we go into the stage of evaluation after that, where the customer is trying to match the options what you are giving and what your competitors are giving. There are enough examples, and there have been stages where at the point of awareness itself, at the very first go customer purchasing, but it does not happen always. So to cover up that point, we have evaluation, where the customer is actually going by different competitors and he wants to make a choice. So yes, this step is easy, but land on customer's choice alone to proceed. Usually there is some back and forth between him and you and other vendors, because the customer is a little confused as to which option to go for, and this confusion can be actually led to opportunity by by building a faith between you and him. You have to make the customer realize that you can rely upon this organization and we are going to deliver the best for you. After this starts the engagement, where he's still thinking what to do, what not to do. So he tries to dig a little bit more into your product or your organization, whether to go ahead with this or not. So you keep the customer engaged by various means. You should make sure that if he goes to Google, he should find relevant results from your web pages, and he keeps on getting to see your social media posts regularly, because after that he's going to make a decision, and the decision should be of course in your favor, not just as you are standing in a court, but the decision that he makes a purchase. He should purchase it. That's how your sales funnel is going to be completed, right? If he does not make the purchase, then the customer has just walked out and your sales funnel is going to be incomplete without him. Once the customer has taken the decision whether he's going to purchase or not, so in case hopefully yes, he goes ahead and he wants to purchase it from you. For this time he has actually done, but what is the guarantee that he is going to come back to you or not? And certainly it is not going to be only one single product which your organization offers. You can make him aware about any other things also. So let us say that if you have purchased one sofa from Amazon or Flipkart or from any other company, they are going to offer you by saying that customers who purchased this also purchased that, right? So you must create a program where loyalty actually steps into the customer's mind, that yes, I had satisfaction while purchasing this. A product was good, service was good, interaction was good, everything was very smooth. I did not have to struggle much, and this role is actually very important, because customer acquisition is very important. It does not cost you much. So loyalty is something which has to be maintained, because if you do that, you will not have to take the customer through the entire process. It's just that the awareness you have to do, and he will directly jump onto the stage of making a decision. That certainly depends upon the budget that he has. Now, why do we need a sales funnel? Very basic reasons behind this is because you want to increase the revenue for your organization. That's a very basic reason for that, right? Now, the effective your sales funnel actually becomes. It is supposed to be very much relevant because everybody is not going to be a customer. This is where the buyer persona actually comes into the picture, for which we will have a separate video. We will learn about how to create a buyer persona and why do we need it. But over here, yes, you must know who your customers are actually. You must know to whom you are going to market to. Do they fit in this or not? So sales funnel, it increases the accountability of sales. It improves the revenue options, accurate sales forecasting. You just don't have to go to all the 100 customers. Over here, you have known out of 100, these are the 70 which are potential enough, and I'm supposed to just market to these 70 people. This is what makes the marketing easier for you. And yes, so conversion rates also are also going to be better. What is going to be better? If you targeted 70 people out of 100, and out of these 70 you have converted 60, instead of going for 100, and out of that you have converted 60. So conversion rates also matter. This is why you need to have a sales funnel for yourself. Now, what are the tips to improve your sales funnel? Yes, you must be present over different channels. It is just not going to be Facebook or Instagram only that you are going to be, but multiple places wherever your customer can go through with the help of internet. This is where your digital marketing actually steps in, because digital marketing allows you to go onto all different platforms, whereas the customer does not have to travel, but he just has to surf. So you can add a lot of call to action buttons over here, call to actions. Let us have the final look at the sales funnel and what and all things we can do, and how does digital marketing plays a role over here. See, digital marketing always leads to aggressive sales, right? But sales funnel should make sure that it also does not just do aggressive sales, but also goes by creating a loyal customers for you. So when you are at the stage of awareness, interest, and consideration, earlier how they were, people were just trying to create awareness and trying to do sale over there. But now we are just trying to market something over here, creating a communication that yes, something like this actually exists, and why you should be interested into that, and also force them to consider to purchase it, because by offering some kind of solutions over here. So how do you do it? You utilize various channels, your Facebook, because you have 29 crore audience over there on Facebook. You use LinkedIn because you have more than 6 crore 60 lakh people in India. I'm talking about. When you talk about Instagram, you have the entire youth over there. So first of all, when you have chosen up your objective, find out where your audience actually exists. If your objective is something related to professionalism, right? LinkedIn is the platform for you, although it might be costly, but yes, you can always go by organic posts over there. When you choose your Instagram, where things like food, traveling, and your fashion is pretty much like common over there. People love sharing what they are doing in their daily lives. So choose your all your platforms, and what you are going to do over there. Prepare an entire calendar. On this particular day, I'm going to post that, and this particular time, I'm going to utilize this platform. And is it going to be a paid promotion, or is it going to be an organic one? This is what you have got to decide. The conclusion coming out of it is that yes, you must have CRMs to maintain what is going to be the customer relationship. So if people have responded to your sales funnel, maybe at the awareness stage or at the interest stage, you must maintain their data so that we can also calculate the conversion ratio. And it also becomes increasingly important that business to business sales and marketing teams are tightly aligned on a sales funnel strategy and lead generation as a whole. So it is not just the B2C thing working over here, but also the B2B, where awareness is the very first step. And if this one is executed in a nice fashion, then it is certainly going to work out in the best of its manner.